Unlike the familiar tale of Eve, who was crafted from Adam's rib, Lilith's story begins with a profound assertion of equality. Made from the same earth as Adam, her creation set a precedent of partnership and parity from the very start. Both formed from the dust of the ground. Lilith and Adam were initially envisioned as equals, two beings meant to share the bounty of Eden without hierarchy. But this vision of parity was soon to be challenged. Imagine standing in a world new and fresh, with every opportunity at your fingertips, yet bound by an expectation to conform. For Lilith, this wasn't just a philosophical debate, it was about her essence, her very role in Eden. Exactly, and here lies the crux of Lilith's journey. Her creation from the same material as Adam wasn't just about physicality, it was symbolic, a declaration of her independence and equality. But what does it mean, really, to be created equal in Eden? For Lilith, it meant the right to choose, to voice her opinions, and to stand as Adam's equal in every aspect of life. As we've seen, Lilith's creation set her apart, not just in form, but in spirit. But what happens when an equal seeks more than just shared existence? What happens when she seeks recognition of her autonomy? The story tells us that Lilith and Adam faced profound disagreements. Central to their discord was the issue of dominance in their relationship. Lilith, created as an equal, saw no reason why her voice should be subdued or her presence diminished. This wasn't just a marital spat, it was a fundamental clash of visions. Lilith did not see herself as a mere companion to Adam, but as an equal partner, deserving of the same respect and autonomy. In the folklore, we see Lilith articulating her views fiercely. She challenges not only Adam, but the very order of their world. Her questions are simple, yet revolutionary. Why should my freedom be less than yours? Why should my choices be constrained by your expectations? It was during these debates that Lilith's true strength shone through. Her words were not just whispers in the wind, they were declarations of a soul unyielding. And so, faced with the impossibility of compromise, Lilith makes a choice that would forever change her destiny. She utters the ineffable name of God, a forbidden act that grants her the power to escape her confines. With this act, Lilith does not just leave a garden, she leaves an ideology. She rejects a preordained role crafted by others and chooses instead the path of self-determination. Lilith's departure from Eden is not just physical, but symbolic. It marks the emergence of a new archetype in mythological narratives, the woman who is not villainized for her ambition, but who instead becomes a beacon of strength and independence. What Lilith leaves behind is a legacy of questions and a challenge to the status quo. Her story compels us to consider the cost of personal freedom and the courage it takes to stand alone. Lilith's departure from Eden marks a pivotal shift not only in her life but in her very essence. As she steps beyond the borders of paradise, the narrative surrounding her begins to change dramatically. Exiled from Eden, Lilith doesn't just fade into obscurity. Instead, she evolves into a figure cloaked in mystique and power. But with this transformation comes a stark reimagining of her character. As Lilith traverses the realms outside Eden, her image is reshaped by those she left behind. No longer just Adam's first wife, she becomes a symbol of what happens when the established order is defied. In the folklore that follows, Lilith is often depicted not merely as independent but as a supernatural being. She is portrayed as a night demon, associated with the wind and seen as a harbinger of disease, death, and misfortune to newborns and mothers. This transformation isn't just physical, it's deeply symbolic. Lilith's newfound powers and dark associations reflect the fears and anxieties of a society grappling with the notion of a woman who refuses to conform. In many myths, powerful women are often painted with a darker palette. Lilith's story is no exception. Her demonization serves as a cautionary tale of independence taken too far, at least in the eyes of those who penned these narratives. But within this transformation, there's a nuanced layer of empowerment. Despite her demonization, Lilith also emerges as a figure of strength and resilience. She defies not just earthly, but celestial constraints, asserting her will against unimaginable forces. This dual nature of Lilith, both feared and revered, complicates her story. She embodies the eternal struggle between conformity and rebellion, between societal expectations and personal truth. One of the pivotal texts that illuminate Lilith's evolving narrative is the Zohar, the foundational work of Jewish mysticism. In this text, Lilith is not just a mere demon, but a complex figure associated with the spiritual realm. The Zohar delves into the dual nature of Lilith, portraying her as both a destructive force and a misunderstood entity. It's here that Lilith is intricately connected to the cosmic battle between light and darkness, becoming an essential part of the Kabbalistic teachings. In these mystical writings, Lilith's role is expanded to include interactions with archangels and other celestial beings. Her story serves as a cosmic allegory about balance, disruption, and the quest for autonomy. Another influential text, the Alphabet of Ben Sira, presents a narrative that further complicates our understanding of Lilith. Here, she is depicted not only as Adam's first wife, but also as the mother of demons, linking her to a vast progeny of spirits. These texts portray Lilith as a figure who transcends the mortal world, embodying aspects of life and death, creation and destruction. Her story is woven into the fabric of Jewish eschatology, where she becomes a permanent fixture in the imaginations of those seeking to understand the boundaries of divine and human realms. Lilith's presence in these mystical texts is not merely for storytelling. Each mention, each depiction serves as a meditation on the themes of freedom, fear, and the feminine divine. She challenges the spiritual order just as she once challenged the earthly one. Through these writings, Lilith transforms from a historical footnote into a theological and mythological archetype. She embodies the eternal outsider, the other, and her story prompts deeper reflection on the nature of evil and redemption. As we trace Lilith's footprints through these mystical corridors, we encounter not just a character, but a cultural cipher, decoding the complexities of moral and mystical dilemmas faced by humanity across ages.